Hello,
Hello, good evening. How are you doing?
good evening. I'm fine. How are you?
Doing amazing. After a long time, we're having this session, right? I think
Yes,
about a
yes.
month or two. I do remember having like a very deep conversation with you.
Yeah. One session
Yes.
it was totally devoted to feedbacks.
Ah, yes. Kind of. But I do remember like speaking on a very spiritual kind of a level with you, if I'm not wrong, about
Yes.
meditation centers.
Yeah,
Ah,
yeah, yeah.
good. I'm happy with my memory. Okay. How are you doing? How was your day?
Day was good. Day was fine.
And what was the best part of your day?
Nothing bad happened. So that was the best.
Sometimes you all give such smart answers. I feel like I should be the one learning all of these. Okay. So, tell me, do we speak about this session document or do we speak about something different like we did the last time?
Whatever you prefer. Actually, I have talked almost whatever I know. So you can go ahead and ask questions.
Okay, fine. I also told that you have to initiate conversations too, right? In the first
Yeah.
3 to 4 minutes. Yes. So
Yes,
I
yes.
have not forgotten. And in the session, anytime, just once or twice, try your best to find opportunities to initiate those sort of conversations. Okay, once or two.
Okay.
So you start building a habit to do that. Okay, it should not
Oh.
be that the other person has to make all the effort. Yes, on Clapingo it is my job to put all the effort, but I want you to also learn how to do that. Okay.
But in real life, I need to know about the person so that I can initiate conversation, maybe about
Let's
their
say you're
interest.
speaking to a, it's a complete stranger, then what will you do? Like
I
how
will
I'm a
ask him
stranger?
what do you do? What are your hobbies? Then I will switch to that.
Okay, fine, let's see how it goes and I will give you the feedback at the end, not now. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So tell me, would you ever get your biography written?
I don't think so.
Why?
I mean, biographies are mainly written for persons who have actually accomplished something, and
Mhm.
I don't think I will ever reach to that point that people will be interested to know about my life. So there need to be a document about me. So
Mhm.
that's why I don't think that I, there will be there won't be any biography about me. That's what I think.
Mm. But would you like to? What if you achieved
No.
all your dreams? Would you like to?
Well, that depends. Uh, but mostly no, no, not at this point of time.
Okay. Okay. Tell me, what are some of the challenges that you have faced with your co-workers?
Challenges, actually, it's been only 3 years, and fortunately, I never had to face any coworker, which would be a nuisance for me. But I do, but I do feel that reaching out to them, asking for help, has been difficult part, and that's my problem. It's not that they don't
Yes.
help me, but
Mhm.
reaching out to them and asking for help is something that I really struggle with.
Mm. Because you don't want to trouble anybody as far as
Yeah,
possible.
yeah.
I do
Because then
understand.
again, they will again ask me. So, and I might not be able to help them, or I might not be interested in helping them. So, it's like
Mm.
quid pro quo.
You would be indebted to them and you don't
Yeah,
want to be. You don't
yes,
want that
that's the reason.
debt on you. I understand. A lot of people do have this reason of having the debt on their head, and so they don't. They say udhar in Hindi, right? So,
Yeah.
okay. What do you think about self-driving cars? Um, is it a good idea?
Yes, it's good idea when everybody has self-driving cars, but um, on Indian roads, I don't think as of now it will succeed. There's no rules. No one follows any rules. So self-driving car, even I think the computers will have a very hard time to navigate through our Indian roads.
Yes, and the thing is, like, we suddenly have a cow crossing the road.
Yeah,
We suddenly have kids running. I am so scared of kids, like
yeah,
anywhere on like main roads. I am scared. I just don't know why they run around everywhere. So it would be a challenge. But otherwise, is it a good concept? What are some
yes,
of the
yeah.
benefits of this sort of a technology?
When you are, even when you are drunk, you can drive cars, which if it's automatic. Otherwise, you will pulled over and get challan. But in that
You
case,
will
yeah,
be pulled over. Mhm,
yeah, you will be pulled over. But here in this case, it's fine because you are not driving. You are the non, not the one behind the wheels. So,
mhm,
and that's number one. And number two, the exhaustion is not there because we human as humans we might get distracted by something or the other. But for
mhm,
computers, they are very predictable. Whatever job they have been assigned, they will complete it.
mhm.
So that's number two. And also they are very uh, they will be very disciplined. They will follow all the rules. So yeah, I can rely better on self-driving cars than an actual driver. So I would rather prefer to have an automated car.
Really, I would be really scared of self-driving cars. I don't know, but I will never be able to 100% trust that this car won't make a mistake. Because I've seen, right, like how many hurdles are there when you're driving on Indian roads. I think we would do better a better job than the automated. But I don't know. I
In
don't know.
that case, I will learn and be. I will trust myself. So rather than driver, I will be behind the wheels. So
Okay.
between time, for some time it would be on autopilot,
Mhm,
and for some time I will be the one driving.
mhm, mhm. And do you fancy cars in general? Which are there any like amazing cars that you see videos of and you are interested in?
If I have enough money, then I will. Then only I will think about it. Otherwise, there is no point
Mhm,
in
mhm.
daydreaming. So I don't really think about those.
Well, sometimes I think it is very interesting to see the manufacturing processes, see the
Mm.
parts of these, see what runs in the minds of people who put in effort, the creativity of these. It's not just about buying. I feel.
I've
I feel.
seen I've seen the movie Ford versus Ferrari. They have shown how they came up with their own race car.
Mhm,
Have you
mhm.
seen the movie Ford
No,
versus Ferrari?
Ford versus Ferrari. I will write it down so I watch it someday.
So what
You.
happened actually only German company. In fact, even today, if you look at the top automobile companies, they would be German
Mhm,
based
mhm,
in Europe,
mhm,
and they are like Mercedes, Audi, Volkswagen.
mhm,
They are based in Germany. So they were major player when it came to when it used to come to motor racing, the F1 and F all the races. So Ford actually wanted to build one. So
mhm.
they put up a team and then they actually came up with a car which could actually beat Ferrari. So the story is all about that only, and it's a true story.
Hmm. Very well. I will try to see it because I used to when I was younger. I used to see all these vintage Ford cars and the customizations of it. So I was very interested in like all this spray painting and the creative part of it. Although I don't really understand the functions and the technical side of cars, but I just like to watch. How much did where you grew up shape you as a person? Does the place that we grew up in actually matter to the kind of people we become?
Yes, it has a lot of effect how you grow up.
A lot of influence? Hmm.
Yeah. Well, I only up to 10th standard I was at my hometown, the place actually where I grew up, and I was surrounded by old people actually, my granddad, grandmom. So
Hmm.
he used to tell me stories during bedtime stories, and I rarely spent time with my father and my mother. So my
Hmm.
grandparents they had a lot of influence on me. I think
Very
I have
nice.
turned out to be like them.
Okay. So, yeah, are you happy or are you sad about it?
No, 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 I'm happy. I'm quite happy.
Ah, very well. Because when you have the influence of your grandparents, it's full of value system, a very simple life, hard work, things like that. So
Yes,
it's a good thing always.
yeah.
Okay. Any cartoons that you used to watch when you were younger?
Actually, there was only this DD National at that time, so I didn't
Hmm.
have a lot of option. But sometimes I would watch X-Men cartoon, and then this duck about some duck where he would be very rich duck.
A
I
rich
forgot.
duck?
Yeah,
I don't
it
know.
was,
I only know Pokemon, Doraemon, things
yeah.
like that. I
Pokemon
don't
Doraemon came much later actually.
know. I'm young, so I don't know. Pokemon?
Doraemon, Pokemon I have seen. There were
Pokemon
only
is very
few
interesting.
series available, so
Oh,
whatever
okay.
was there we had to watch. We didn't have option to choose from.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Do you think we are going to find microscopic alien life in our own solar system or even Earth?
For that, for comment to comment on that, I need to be aware of the facts and data. So I cannot really. I can at best I can make a guess,
Yes, it is a hypothetical question.
but
Without facts and data, do you think that there's a possibility of something like that?
if yeah, possibility is there, definitely there. So
Because we always imagine that aliens live on a different planet, right? But what if aliens live like on Earth, and we're just not able to see them? It's possible, right?
how come?
Okay,
Tell me
I'll
a
tell you how
scenario.
come. Fine, I will
Yeah,
tell you a scenario. Okay. You know that there's like all these bacteria, viruses, amoeba, all of that,
yeah,
right? And you cannot see them with your naked eye, correct?
yes,
We invented machines through which we were able to see it.
yes,
What if, and we invented just in the past 50, 100 years, not more than that. So all this while people didn't even know the existence of bacteria, amoeba, and all of these. Of course, in
yes.
in our religious books they were written, but you couldn't see it, you just knew it.
Okay.
So what if there's like alien life like on Earth, but we are not able to see it? They're just there somewhere here.
Then there won't be alien, no? The definition of alien is that they belong from somewhere else.
No, alien is just extraterrestrial beings.
But they are on this
Who
territory.
who aren't like, yeah, maybe that is a possible explanation. But what I meant is, other kinds of life on Earth which
Yeah,
we don't know about.
we keep on discovering new species and they get added to the list. So it's quite possible. And also there is a mutation. So some like this coronavirus never existed and it came here in its new variant. So it's possible that we might find some new species. It's perfectly
Mhm.
plausible. So in that regard, it's
Plausible.
yes,
Very well. And you know the sea animals that are there. I
yeah,
always feel like they're a little strange for Earth. Like if you look at jellyfish, if you look at octopus, they all look so strange. Like they sometimes they look like the monsters that they show as aliens in like movies, right? But if you see like a
I,
cheetah or a lion, it's like normal. They look amazing and like pretty. Jellyfish, even though it looks good, it's pretty, but it's strange.
uh, I think these movie directors they have drew inspiration from those creatures to project them as aliens.
Okay, okay, fine. What do you think about the speed of change happening in the world today? Do you think that the world is running at a fast speed or is it at a slow speed? That we have a lot to progress?
I think we have a lot to progress. It's that the pace has increased actually, and it's also Uh, from a reference point only, you can say whether it's a fast pace or it's slow or normal. So it also depends on for some people it's very slow. For
Hmm.
some people it's very fast. So one who can keep up with the changes, for them it's okay, it's normal. For some people who require a lot of time to process or change, so for them it's quite fast pace. So it depends on person to person.
You're saying that it depends on the perspective, the speed depends on the perspective of the person. Oh, very well. According to you, what is it? Is it at a fast pace or a slow pace?
I would say normal pace. I mean, it's okay. It's fine.
Okay. How important is creativity for your job?
No, no, zero. If you try to be creative, you might end up very at a very bad place. So you stick to the rules. So that's the
Hmm?
best way for people working in PSCs. Don't try to get creative. That might backfire.
Okay, so if anyone wants like a robotic professional life, they can just join that.
No, you can be creative, but not in your job. You can be creative in
uh,
your personal life, or you can do your side. You can pursue your side hobbies. You be creative, but don't use it in your job.
mm. What stresses you out but really shouldn't?
Interacting with new people. I don't
Okay, why does it stress you out?
because I don't know the person how he might react, what kind of person he or she is. So
Isn't that the most interesting part that you don't know the person? You don't know how this person will react.
it's interesting when it turns out well, but if it doesn't, then that's not good.
Uh, I like both. Sometimes things don't go well, but that's exactly when I understand. Okay, this is the kind of personality that I don't like. I'm not too comfortable with. Then you
I
understand about
already
yourself.
I already know what kind of person I know, like so I don't need to go and out and try. I know electricity kill. I don't need to touch it to get to know that it might kill. So I would rather be safe than sorry.
Mm. All right. I for me it's different. Like
Yeah.
of course the electricity example applies, but when it comes to people, I feel like
Actually,
there's so much we don't know.
some people they love interacting with people. They like experiences. They are called people's person. But I'm not that. I'm not wired in that way. So it's okay. It's fine with me.
It's not interaction per se that I like because sometimes even speaking a lot my cheeks pain. So it's
Yeah.
not interactive, but it's the fact that um, I really understand a lot about perspectives, opinions. I start understanding about things like imagine you told me Ford versus Ferrari. Now it's a whole new world for me to dive into, which will further lead me somewhere else. And that it's the same thing with what other people talk as well. Understanding different personalities, different behavior. I feel like no matter how much we feel like we know, it's just this much of what actually exists. So
Uh, See, for that I refer to see if I were actually surrounded by people who are more intelligent and who are more knowledgeable, then I
mhm.
would have loved to interact with those people. But I don't really have any that kind of person with me, so I dive into books or maybe yeah, mostly books and TV series that I get to know about things about the
That is
world.
also a good thing because books are also someone's mind, right? So at
Yeah,
the end of the day, so it's your own peaceful form of interaction. At least you can select them.
yeah, what I want to.
So
Yeah,
very nice. Okay. What kind of news gets too much attention, you feel?
nonsensical, which doesn't, of, which is of no use. They get most of the attention.
Hmm.
Yeah, so who is gossiping about what? So which movie is getting released? So who
Hmm.
said what? Who is getting married where? So these kind of news they get a lot of attention, and you see the followers of these. If you watch at the look at the views that these kind of videos get, you will get to know that people are watching this stuff even though they know that they don't really help them in any way. So that. And you also look at the knowledgeable content, and you will find that they are getting only 100 or couple of thousand of views, and those are getting millions of views. So you can really guess what people are really doing with their time.
Right. I do understand that. But sometimes I also feel, although it is although it is a sad thing that this is happening, that there's more number of followers towards things that are not even necessary, and the good things get less of attention. Sometimes I feel like that's a good thing. you know like, I'll give you an example. You see a place that is very beautiful, very very beautiful, and the minute everybody starts knowing about that place, everyone starts rushing over there, everyone starts polluting that place doesn't remain sacred anymore. It's the same
Yes.
thing with everything really sacred, in like everything very holy in life, like good, pure in life. When there's less crowd, it's pure.
Yeah,
Same thing
that's
happened to
one way to it.
river Ganga, right? Yamuna. What has happened? The rush has made the sacred place, now it's dirty, now it's polluted now,
Yeah,
right?
that's
So
true.
I always feel that sometimes it's good that these things are so uh,
So
not like
you
popularized.
don't want more people to be knowledgeable, more people to be
I
uh,
do want it. I'm just afraid that sometimes when it leads to see, more of something becomes just negative.
is it
Do
true?
you get this? Yes, I do think it is true. I
What
feel
if
like
it is what if it is less and it has to go to at least the normal level?
normal pace. See, that's what I told you, that at one hand I do feel sad. I do
Yeah.
feel that but then again, good things are difficult to find. So you really need to be determined to get out of that normal pace to get to something good itself. Good is not normal. Good is good.
Okay. Sometimes they
I
are hiding in the plain sight. We know what is good for us, but still we avoid it because we feel it's so normal that it's not worth it. Like for health, you need normal, I mean, healthy food, but and we need to exercise. Everybody knows it. There's no hidden fact, but still nobody does it.
see,
So
that's the
yeah,
thing.
yeah,
So doesn't it mean that you need a certain level of discipline to get to the good? Good is not really normal. Good is
yeah,
good.
yeah.
That's
You need a
okay.
discipline.
Yes. So I feel like that is a challenge on its own to chase either like the gossip or these good books.
Yes.
Okay.
So what do you
Uh,
like? What you would
me,
rather have, reading a book or interacting with a person whom you don't know actually?
I think I like both quite equally. So in
You have
in the
only
night,
one choice to pick.
oh, there's
It's
there's no one choice. I would definitely pick a person, a human, because I
okay.
feel like humans are like the interpersonal conversation with them is unbeatable. Think of it this way. If you were the only person on the entire planet loaded with books, right? How long would you read all of those books? You're going to feel a certain way at some point of time.
Yeah, I will take break and then start again.
You feel like that, but it's really not
How?
like that.
What if there's only another? There are only two-person. How long they are going to talk to each other? They will also get bored.
They will definitely. But what I'm saying is that it scares me to think of myself alone in that. Like, put me on Mars alone, and I will be like, no. Even if you give me books, even if you give me money, even if you give me food, I will say no. Like, the idea may seem fine, but when you practically start living alone in a world where there's nobody, it's just not for me, right? So that's why I like a balance of everything. Only talking to people, sometimes even I get tired. I told you. Okay, very well. So, as I've told you, I have given you a huge amount of feedback the last time, right? Of what are the
Yeah.
things that you have to do. I did like that you put in the effort, at least in the last, to ask one question. But it's not about asking the other person questions. It's about initiating conversation itself. That one or two push should be there from you, that okay, let me try. Like,